Today we're going to be looking at the most unique features in ERLC. If you guys do enjoy these types of videos, hit the like button and subscribe. It'll really help me out. You guys seem to really be enjoying these informational type of videos, so I'm going to keep doing them. But we should get back into the things of like role plays pretty soon, just finishing up on some stuff outside of YouTube. While we're here, I guess I'll put the first one, which is drowning. Not a lot of roleplay games actually have this feature. And then, like, if you go in the water, these bubbles pop up above your head. If it goes out, you will start to drown and lose health. I find it quite unique that they actually have drowning because, you know, in lots of games, people use the water to, like, just get away from, like, if they're wanted, you know, get away from police officers and stuff like that. The goal of this video is to show you guys some really cool things that ERLC has that no one really pays attention to. Some stuff that, you know, ERLC pays a lot of attention to detail to. That does bring me to my next topic, which is the gas prices and the economy inside of ERLC. So if we go up here and press pump fuel, the gas is actually $5.58 per gallon. And that is a lot. So we're on this random US state picker website, so we're gonna pick one. Okay, so we picked Virginia. Now let's look up the gas prices for Virginia. So as you can see, they're not as high as what is in ERLC, but the gas prices are very high. Google is telling me Hawaii and California have the highest gas prices. Don't know if that's true, but $4.68 is still really high. And you actually see the further south we go, because currently we're in Springfield, we were just in River City, the cheaper the gas prices actually get. Now this one is only 4 cents cheaper. I don't know how the gas system actually works in ERLC, but I have heard if you do switch servers, the gas prices will either go up or down, depending on how many people use it or like the server popularity. That's just what I've heard, but still pretty realistic feature. As far as the gas prices, yeah, ERLC, you might need to lower these, or we might have to go buy electric vehicles from now on. So we're at a house inside of the Liberty County suburbs. We're going to see how much this costs. Keep in mind this model of the house. So we press buy home. This house costs $2,600, and I'm assuming since this is kind of, they want to be realistic here, this is going to be per month, adding up like all the bills and stuff. That's still pretty high though. And then also, the smaller the houses go, the less of the rent that you have to spend. And I believe that if you actually go to the mobile homes, actually like the trailer homes, the rent actually is like different based on where you're buying the home. But it's cool to see ERLC's trying to find some sort of realistic economy, even though some of the prices for some of the things can get a little high. Might need to change that. So if I actually change the length of day to 1, you'll actually notice there's a big clock in Springfield, and it actually starts to move depending on what time it is. Now, the time is going really fast, so I know the clock is like moving at ridiculous speeds, but still pretty cool that, you know, a city, a small town that we're in an ERLC, depending on if we're role-playing, there's this little clock here that really follows the in-game time. That's just a cool attention to detail type of feature. You would not think of this. I didn't know this until literally like 2 weeks ago. I think I've heard about it, but I didn't think it was real, honestly. If you're ever hungry at the bakery, and let's say you get a donut, I'm going to eat this donut. But say I got a croissant and I don't want the croissant. You could actually get up from your seat, walk over to this trash can here, and dispose your items. Pretty cool, considering most roleplay games would never have that due to it being a game and there isn't really any littering. Obviously, you have trash cans and stuff in real life, but if you get like a food item and you don't want to eat it, I mean, you could just literally click the button and eat it. Like, I mean, it doesn't really affect you, but in this game, you actually have trash cans, you can dispose things. If you ever want to change it in style, much like other roleplay games, ERLC doesn't have an avatar like changer. I know a lot of roleplay games do, but ERLC doesn't. But what they do have is an actual barbershop. It's interactable. So you actually can grab different styles of beards. Let's say I want the goatee. I'm gonna select that. Costs $100, which is kind of unrealistic, but hey, I mean, we're criminals. We have a lot of money. Yeah, I can actually buy a goatee, and now I have a goatee. I can actually take a selfie of myself while I'm in the barbershop. It'd be pretty cool to see ERLC get some sort of avatar editor, but I guess the barbershop is good enough. Last but not least, in my opinion, the ERLC key fob is actually really realistic, because you do have a car alarm where you can actually make your car go kind of crazy. I don't know why you would want to do that. Maybe to scare somebody off who's trying to rob your vehicle. I mean, you can lock it, you can unlock it, you could even unlock it again and have somebody be able to drive your car. Not many games have a key fob that literally makes it so you can lock your car. A lot of games have the lock option, but I think a key fob just takes it to a whole nother level. And the only thing I would recommend is really like if somebody's like shooting at your car or actually trying to steal it, the alarm actually goes off automatically. Because if somebody starts shooting at my car right now, all it's going to do is start smoking, and I wish the alarm would go off. I think that would be a pretty cool feature. Because if I'm sleeping at my house, I wouldn't want somebody trying to rob my vehicle. One thing we've been able to implement into our roleplays is actually the lawnmower and actually cutting our lawns. How many roleplay games do you guys know that actually have a lawnmower and you can actually cut your front lawn with this? I mean, I'm cutting the lawn besides the spawn because I kind of don't want to drive this all the way to my house. But I'm still cutting the grass, and it's changing into the leafy grass texture, and it's actually going to cut for about, like, I think it's 2 minutes or so. I'm not too entirely sure on how long it actually spends cut, but what roleplay game do you know you can actually spawn a lawnmower and cut the grass? Pretty dang cool. I think we've all been into some sort of gunfight in ERLC, but what if you're running from the cops and you need some health? There's actually a few ways you guys can actually gain health without waiting for it to regen. So if you actually have food, you can actually eat it, and it does give you a large portion of health. That's not the only way. So say I'm actually in a gunfight right now and I'm bleeding. I am really bleeding. I can actually run into the hospital. You gotta find a hospital bed, but I think the easiest one to get to is over here. You can actually sit down, lay down, and it actually refills your health 10 times faster. Though you do have to manage to lose the cops to get them. So I'd recommend you guys pretty much getting food. Or you can get healed by an EMT, which isn't the best option because usually police officers will get you by then. But if you do need some quick ways, these are the best ways to do it. Last but not least, I think this is pretty much common sense, but the ability to create your own city with an ERLC. So currently there's only a handful of customization options, but those include being able to edit the speed of your speed limits. Like if you want people to only go 20 on this road, you can literally enter 20 and it'll change. Also, the fact that you're able to change your sheriff vehicle ELS and police vehicle ELS colors is pretty cool. With the roleplay pack, you're basically able to create your own laws. Like these are all laws. You're able to create your own custom uniforms for the jobs. You're able to create your own custom ELS patterns for law enforcement teams. You're able to create your own vehicle liveries, I should say. And even with the new vehicle liveries, you can literally create liveries with any vehicle in the game pretty much. Like if I wanted to create something with the news van, it's literally just a van. There is USPS liveries on it, but it's obviously kind of broken. But if you wanted to turn this into a postal office van, you literally can. You can create anything. And it's only a matter of time before ERLC gives us more things that we can do. ERLC has many cool features, some being more unique than others. Let me know down below in the comments what feature you think is the most unique and what feature you think is the most realistic.